Hi guys, welcome to the YouTube channel of Career Solutions by Ashna Jain. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a few myths and doubts that are centered around sending an application to law firms. Now, before I could deep dive into concepts such as what happens at a law firm, what are the duties and responsibilities of an intern, how does a partner function at a law firm, etc., I thought it's imperative for me to clear doubts at the most basic stage, which is sending your application in the first place to a law firm, right? Now, I'll start with the first and the most basic doubt, that how many firms should we apply to? Now, this comes through the concept of overestimation of your own application. Now, law students would ideally send out applications to 3 to 10 firms, and then they would sit on those applications and wait for the reply, right? And they would feel that say, what if I've applied to more than 10-15 places, and say, what if I get an acceptance from 2 to 3 places? Then it will be very difficult for me to reject some of those internships, right? However, this is not the ideal case scenario, and as we would see that as the number of law schools is going up, as the number of law students is going up, the ratio of the number of applications to the number of vacancies is very bleak, and which is why you shouldn't really rely upon a countable number of applications. You should ideally send out as many applications as you can, maximum possible applications, and then sift through the acceptances or the rejections, and then see why you were accepted or say why you were rejected at a particular law firm. Don't overestimate your application. Don't think that what if you get a reply from 2 or 3 places. Now, in an eventuality that you actually get a reply from 2 to 3 places and they are all accepting you, it is for you to handle at that particular point in time, and it is for you to readjust that at that particular point in time when you get the acceptance, right? However, you cannot dismiss your chances of getting an internship just because you've not applied to places, right? So the first thing is that please apply to as many places as possible. The next thing is that people think that, if you get an internship through reference, that is wrong. Now, I would disagree with that. And that's, I understand that that's a very different sort of an opinion that I have from the rest of the people. Now, see, when I've interned at law firms and when I've seen my friends interning at law firms, I've seen both kinds of students. They feel that, some students have gotten internships on their own application. Some students have taken help from their law school. Some students have taken help from their references. However, a common thread out of all of those is that the students who could perform while they were interning at, their internships are the ones who got callback internships or PPO interviews. The ones who did not perform really well, did not contribute meaningfully to the organization, could not, convert that opportunity into a callback internship or a PPO interview. So please do not think that this thing is being handed over to you. It's honestly your hard work while you do at that particular internship that matters the most. So if you have a reference, if you have a friend, if you have an industry connection, if you have a family member who can help you in getting an internship at least, please take help from them, because ultimately your legal acumen will be shown while you are at that place of internship, and not beforehand, not while you're applying to that. Of course, there's nothing as good as say, applying on your own and then getting it. However, since law schools have already stepped into the picture and they're helping their own students in, getting internships and job offers, and if you on the other hand are not getting any help from your law school, then, and if you have your own family connection or you have your own friend or, some industry connection who's willing to help you, please take help. There's nothing wrong in that, because ultimately you will have to prove your legal acumen and your skill set while you are interning at that law firm, right? That is the second doubt. The third doubt is about the publications that are there in the CV. Now, very interestingly, I was speaking to somebody just yesterday and they told me that, I have only 5 publications in my CV and I think they're not enough and I should be publishing more. And after I have at least around 10 publications, can I start applying for the biggest law firms of the country? And I was shell shocked when I hear that, because I'm not sure where people are getting all of these opinions from. You don't need to have a certain number of publications before you can get an internship at a law firm. You really need to have some quality publications. They can be even 1, they can be even 10, they can be even more than that. That allows you to show your inclination towards a particular area of law, and that eventually leads you to get an internship at a law firm, right? Now, the fourth doubt is about, that what are the type of law firms that you're applying. Now, most of the students feel that, you know, applying to bigger firms means like better things on your resume and like, you know, it's just the best case scenario. However, again, like I would disagree on that, and it's on both the sides. It's not about a smaller firm, and you know, on the other hand, there are certain set of students who feel that bigger firms don't really give you a lot of work, and it's the smaller firms that give you a lot of work. So which is why you should apply to smaller firms. I disagree in absolute from both of these groups, because of the fact that I've interned at both of these sort of organizations, and I've known that it actually depends on the team partner, that who's the person who's heading the team, and that person relies how much on the intern, and it really doesn't depend on you know, the sort of the type of organization that is, or the sort of scale at which the organization is working. So please don't restrict your applications to either only small firms or like only leading firms or only boutique firms. Please try and apply to as many places as possible, right? Next is that some students feel that, you know, if I haven't interned before at a law firm, I'm not going to get any opportunity to intern at any law firm hereinafter. Now, this is partially incorrect, because of the fact that, you know, like law firms, I understand that like the leading law firms of the country wouldn't be willing to give you a chance because of the credibility factor. However, there are certain modest law firms, there are boutique firms, there are some startup law firms who are always willing to give you a chance. It depends on you how much you've researched the market, how much you've known about the firms, how many number of firms you know about. Have you talked to people about some smaller firms, about some modest firms that are there in the market and are willing to give you an opportunity. So it's also about other things on the resume, like say, you know, the sort of academic grades you have, the sort of publications you have, the sort of competitions you've taken part in, the sort of publications you had, etc. That also instigates you onto like, you know, getting an internship opportunity with a law firm. The last is of course about moot courts. Now, moot courts again is a very controversial topic, and like everybody speaks about it. I feel that your internship application as such is not dependent upon moot courts. Like say if you don't have a moot court on the CV, that doesn't bar you from getting any internship at a law firm. Of course, it might create some issues at the time of your job interview, where they would want to ask you that, you know, why haven't you done any moot courts, or like what held you back from doing any moot courts. That is when you know, you will have to, of course, like, you know, justify with other things that you've done on the CV, right? And yes, I would definitely want to discuss this one more point about online and offline internships. Now again, this is such a huge doubt that everybody has. I don't know from where suddenly people started thinking that, you know, online internships are bad and like you shouldn't be doing them. I strongly disagree on this, because I feel that online internships give you so much, like, you know, time and space to actually devote your actual time onto doing something for the law firm than in traveling, than in like, you know, shifting and relocating to another city. It's so much more convenient. It gives a chance to those students who can't really afford relocation and like shifting to other cities for law firms, who cannot afford transportation charges, etc., all of that. And I understand that, you know, maybe sometimes say in litigation internships, it becomes difficult for you to intern online, because, you know, you need to see the paper, you need to see the case files, you need to see the evidence, etc. However, apart from that, all corporate commercial internships are very smoothly run on the online space. So please don't, like, you know, miss out on the opportunity just because you've gotten an online internship. Don't reject it. Like, yes, there are students who are rejecting online internships just because they're online. Please don't be one of those. Please, like, you know, apply to as many places and let the law firm decide whether they want to give you an online or offline internship. Getting an internship is in itself a privilege these days, right? So I hope that helps. And like I always say, you can always reach out to me in YouTube comments, in my Instagram DMs, which is Career Solution by Ashna Jain, about any you know, like feedback that you have about the video and what sort of videos you would want to see further. And if anybody is interested in taking personal mentorship sessions from me, or, you know, or hiring me for any resume drafting, cover letter drafting services, or SOP related or statement of scholarship related services, you can directly DM me. I am putting it again here, like it's Career Solutions by Ashna Jain. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. I would try to be consistent from next week. So yeah, thank you so much, and please like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all of those things to the video. Thank you so much.